ChessDiagnostic.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to ChessDiagnostic. I've been away for a little bit, but I'm back with a vengeance here. So this is a game that pretty much has it all. It has elite grandmasters, queen sacrifices, well, if you can call it that, and just crazy blunders. It's a short miniature, but it's very interesting. It's played by Spassky, and we'll see what happens here. So Spassky's black, starts with c4, b6, and we get kind of a hybrid English opening, d4, bishop to b7, knight to c3. So we're just getting standard development with black fianchettoing a bishop, and white just establishing a strong pawn center. Alright, so we get e6, e4, trying to close off that strong bishop, developing his bishop to b4, pinning that knight and undermining the e4 pawn. So bishop to d3, protecting the pawn. And now f5, trying to undermine that pawn. So we're getting strong center play by the grandmasters. Now f5 is a little weakening, but Spassky actually has an idea for a trap, and we'll see what happens. Queen check, of course g6, the queen goes back. Now, with knight to f6, white would love to play e5, but the problem is that this bishop would take on g2 and win a rook, so he can't do it yet. So after f3, closing off that diagonal, black just simply develops a knight to c6, threatening the d4 pawn, and here's where a trap comes in. So it's very tempting to play e5, and it looks like Spassky can't take that d4 pawn, but the problem is that he can, and we'll see what happens. So it looks like after knight takes d4, the queen can attack that knight, and now it looks like we have a double attack. The pawn on e5 is threatening the f6 knight, and the queen is threatening the d4 pawn. So what is the issue here? Well, Spassky prepared for this, and actually he just simply moves his knight. So if the queen takes, which he does, which is a huge mistake, we actually get bishop to c5, and the queen is suddenly trapped. That's quite an amazing trap. But let's go back here. So was there really anything that he could have done? Not really. He pretty much, well, instead of simply playing e5, he should have just developed a piece and protected the d4 pawn, which follows the base ideas of chess, increasing your activity of your pieces and protecting your center. But he doesn't do that. He tries to attack too early. Now, at this point, notice that all the pieces are undeveloped. So, of course, Spassky just plays to the tactical complications, and after the queen takes, and he wins the queen, he's up pretty much minus 4.5. It's totally winning. The only move, really, instead of taking the knight, was to bring the bishop out, but of course he just lost a center pawn, and it would have been easily winning for Spassky in the end. But of course this was worse, and now Spassky gets a strong attack. Of course he can't take with the pawn because it's pinned to the rook, so he pins it with the bishop, f4, and now we get queenside castling, and black is totally consolidated, and white is totally undeveloped. So he castles, and now we get a discovery, winning back his piece and relieving the pin. And at this point, he could have simply just either taken the pawn or just moved back and consolidated. But Spassky plays a little more complicated, and after the pawn moves forward, his queen is actually trapped himself, but it's still winning because he takes the rook, has a discovery, and actually after g5, the game was over because his opponent resigned. Now notice, of course, that it's minus 0.7 by the computer valuation, but just if we notice that the pawns are falling either way, and he's up material. 2 rooks and a piece versus a rook and 2 minor pieces. A very easy win at the grandmaster level, and definitely an amazing game by Spassky. So I hope you enjoyed this game, and I'm looking forward to getting back to posting videos every day. My business has been busy, very busy, so that's why I've been away for a little bit. But I do have a plan in October to post 1 or 2 videos a day, preferably for the endgame series, because I want to get that done before the end of the year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the future. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for future videos. See you in the future.